And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are going back to Atlantis for one more round with the Shades of Tezla expansion with Scenario 4, the Lost Relic. Why don't we just start off with everyone's favorite segment of Solo Playthroughs, Story Time with Greg, the Lost Relic. In years past, for reasons unknown, an ancient relic was broken into pieces and distributed between the cities. The council wants the pieces recovered to learn the secrets they hold. However, your task will not be easy, as it seems that Draconum may also be drawn to the power. Dun dun dun. So yes, I don't know what I don't know what's happening. There's a relic that apparently was divvied up among the cities, and for some reason they decided to cut the relic in half and put it in two different cities in a solo game. And you now need to find both halves of that relic and bring it back to the council to be safe. But again, these cities, this was a long time ago. So these cities are no longer cities. They are now layers, or layers. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Layers? I think we're assuming layers. Layers for the Draconum that live there. And the Draconum can be quite nasty. So look, again, it's a pretty underwhelming narrative. As far as Tezla go, I mean, again, Mage Knight isn't necessarily the narrative-driven game, but at least the other three scenarios in Tezla, I'm like, oh, that's cool. This one, I'm like, it just seems like this tacked-on idea and concept. But here we are. We're trying to recover the pieces of the relic. Fine. There are going to be two cities, but again, they're not cities. They are now ruins. So I'm going to get Ruin City number 3 and 5. So we'll do 5, 6. And then we're going to need one core non-city tile. The scenario is really swingy. Obviously, how the terrain comes out always matters. You're going to need a lot of movement, and you only have one day and one night. So you would think that this makes the scenario a lot quicker. Well, not really. There's a ton of setup you need to do. So that adds time. It isn't great. And then again, just kind of going back to the swinginess of the whole thing. In one day, one night, you get unlucky with your dummy player draws. You might only have 5 turns in that second round, and good luck, right? And if again the dragons are wildly different, right? If you get a Draconum summoner, you know it's a lot different than getting like 2 swamp dragons, right? You're gonna need to try to find a way to get some elemental attack. You need to again find a way that you're moving around quickly, you're exploring quickly. And, maybe you'll have a chance to recruit a unit. Maybe you won't. Who knows? The swinginess of the scenario is played out for me in the sense that every time I've played it, I have either won it ridiculously handily or I've gotten destroyed. So it just really, really can change. And you're not going to get that nice build-up that, for me, defines one of the things I really love about Mage Knight. So you saw that I was creating the terrain deck as I was talking. There are 6 countryside tiles, there are 2 city tiles, and a core non-city tile, as I said. So we will also be playing on an open map. Now, I'm not going to set up anything else until we go through what I need to do to basically level my character up. I think it was the life and death scenario where someone asked what level I started at. And I was super confused because I hadn't read this part of the rulebook yet. So there's a system where you're basically going into a quasi like drafting kind of deck buildy kind of thing in a very, very, very mild sense where you're just making your character a little bit better. So we start with 9 fame. So where my shield is on the fame track is not a mistake. However, unlike in the blitz scenarios, you do start at 0 on the reputation track, not at the +1. And 9 fame means that, look, we are already at level 3. Because again, one of the things I don't really think of these like levels. I mean, I always say level up, but this is level 1, level 2, level 3. We're at level 3. And that means that we're kind of more advanced as a hero than in a normal game when you're starting up at level 1. So we're going to take a couple of cards to reflect that. So I'm going to shuffle all of these decks. And then we will start drawing a certain number of cards. So there's a chart in the rulebook, and it tells you that you're going to take a look at your level. You can start at whatever level you want. You're level 3, level 4, level 5. The recommended starting level is level 3 in the Lost Relic scenario. So that is where we'll start. And in level 3, we're going to draw 4 units, regular units, not elite units. So that's your level +1. You're going to draw 2 artifacts, your level -1. You're going to draw 3 spells, which is again equal to your level, and you're going to draw 5 advanced actions, which is your level +2. So let's do that. So units first. We have illusionist, peasants, Utum swordsman, and magic familiars. That is 4 units. We're going to take 2 artifacts. We get the Emerald Ring and the Banner of Protection. Assign this to a unit you control. It gets +1 armor, fire resistance, and ice resistance. At the end of your turn, you may throw away all wounds you receive this turn. That could be pretty strong. We're going to get 5 advanced actions, so maximal effect, diplomacy, explosive bolt, firebolt, and stout resolve. And then we're going to get 3 spells, flame wall, fireball, that's a no-brainer, and snowstorm. Yikes, they're both awesome. So again, against some of these dragons, a snowstorm or a fireball is just everything, right? So a couple other things too. So we are going to take, since we're starting a little bit more advanced. You're going to look at your, now I'm playing as Tovak because it was just Tovak's turn. I felt it. It was time for Tovak. So I'm not randomizing it really. I just looked at who the heroes I featured. And I think Tovak I had featured the least. So we're going to even that out. So he has 2 blues and a red on his card. I'm going to put a blue and a red. So he doesn't get a full complement of crystals like a dummy player does, but he does get 1 of each color. Now, I have 18 influence. Why 18? Well, it's your level. I'm a level 3. I'm starting at a level 3 times 6. And I can spend that 18 influence however I want at the following rates. The artifacts cost 12 influence. The units cost whatever they cost. I can get a crystal of any color I want for 3. I can get a spell for 9, or I could spend a relevant color and get that spell for 7, or I can get an advanced action for 6. Now, since I did 1 level up, that would have given me a skill and an advanced action. While I don't take a skill, and I don't know why the designers decided not to give you a skill, I do take 1 advanced action for free. And again, I love some elemental attack. It could make a huge difference. I will take Firebolt as my free one. Now, any additional advanced action I'm going to take, that's 6. If I have any influence left over, if I have 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the number. I get 1 fame total. So if I had 3 influence left over and I don't want a crystal for some reason, I just move up 1 fame on the track. I really like Explosive Bolt is super interesting. Banner Protections. I'm intrigued by a lot of these. I need to get one of these though, and that's going to be 9 influence unless I spend my crystal, which I'm very hesitant to do because there's no guarantee I'll be able to get one back as easily. I guess the real question is, do I want the Fireball or the Snowstorm? I feel like I run into, or do I just take both, to be honest with you? Because you run into the one with a different kind of resistance. Like Flame Wall is not as strong because you're not facing like garrisons. You're facing 1 enemy at a time. So that flame wave, that can be such a game changer. It doesn't have quite the impact. I think I'm trying to think of the different enemies. I don't think it matters for the summoner because he's just physically resistant. That's fine. I think I'm gonna take Snowstorm, which is, it's either one is fine. I mean, I'm just trying to think of who I would hate to run into more. But you know what? The Fire Dragon doesn't have Paralyzed, and the Ice Dragon does. So I'm gonna actually take Fireball, because that Paralyzed can be nasty. So I'm going to do that. That's going to cost me 9. I do not want to spend my crystal, I don't think. I do like Stout Resolve a lot, but I think it makes sense to get the Utum Swordsman. I don't want to take the Magic Familiar, so I don't want to spend the crystal that I'm going to need to when I recruit them. And yeah, I don't like the Banner Protection or the Emerald Ring enough to spend 12. So that there is 15, and then I can take a crystal. I will take a green. I think that's fine. So I'm going to put the fireball there. Oh, I already have fire attack. It says I already have that fire attack. Let me take snowstorm. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll mix that. Give me a little variety in my elements. So that's fine. I'm going to now shuffle these back into the decks. Now again, this is another like little annoying thing about Tezla, and I really do like Tezla. I don't understand why they just don't say, all right, just put those on the bottom of the decks. Like every other time, like, you know, you don't like, you're shuffling this back into the offer. What? I don't think balancing is like that important. But it is what it is. So everything's shuffled back in. So you get to tune into solo playthroughs and watch me shuffle decks, not just once, but twice. Oh, the joys. Watch Greg shuffle. It's great. Cool. So we're going to do this. Now, the one thing I haven't touched at all is I'm also going to need to get myself a dummy player. There are 4 die in the source, like in the blitz scenario. So you got a blue, we got a green, we got a yellow, and a red. That's a great roll. We're going to have to put these 3 units back. There's also going to be 4 units in the unit offer, as in a lot of the blitz scenarios, or all of the blitz scenarios, and the Volcaire scenarios. So our unit offer is going to be Illusionists, Savage Monks, Herbalists, and the Red Cave Monks. So lots of monks, and then we're going to shuffle the artifacts back to the artifact deck. All right, so there you go. That could have been like a whole round. But it's fine. Though on the right, to the right of me, we have Krang, Arethea, Wolfhawk, Norawas, Bravelar, and Goldix. I rolled a 4. It's Norawas. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the dummy player is right. All right, we got Whirlwind and Cure and Underground Travel for the spell offer. And then the advanced action offer is going to be Crushing Bolt, In Need, and Shield Bash. All right, I got Norawas's stuff in my handy dandy little hero cases. He's going to start with a full complement of crystals, so he's going to have 2 whites and a green. White, and green. And then he's going to, we're going to get his skills. We're going to get him. We're going to need his turn order token. I think that is the competitive skill in there. Yep, we're good. And so remember, with Tovak, I have to, because of discoloration, I have the cooperative skill, competitive skill shuffled in there. And if he comes out, then I will sub it out with the cooperative skill, which I have set off to the side. And then finally, we need to set up the starting terrain. So again, open map. It's a open map 3, so we don't have to worry about like the wedge map restrictions. We can put towns on the, we can put core tiles on the coast and whatnot, which is great. But again, it's fairly narrow, so it's like 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. So you're gonna have to keep track of that, which is why I have a stone right on the middle of that first tile to kind of keep track of how the map develops, because I'm going to probably end up taking up a few tiles in between the day and the night. So setup, we have Countryside tile number 6, which has a red mine, a monster den, and a rampaging orc. We have Countryside tile number 13, which has a magical glade in the swamp, a mage tower, and a rampaging orc behind a wall. And then we have Countryside tile numero 1. It's boring. It has a village, a magical glade in a forest, and another rampaging orc. So rampaging orc here, it's an ironclad. Rampaging orc here, it is a tracker, and elusive, assassin. So lots of abilities coming at us. The ironclad again has brutal and physical resistance, and then the tracker has assassin and elusive, and then we have a prowler over here who's just boring. We also got a deep mine there, which I didn't mention. It is a blue and green deep mine. And then we have our mage tower, which the garrison will be face down until we are adjacent. Now, one thing you might have noticed is the lighting will be a lot better for my cards. I have a LED light right here. Hello. It's going to come from this angle, and it's going to hopefully give you a better view of my cards for most of the playthrough. I've had a couple of comments about that, and happy to try that out. I will keep trying to tweak it if it is still not great, but do want to do what I can to improve your viewing experience here at Solo Playthroughs. All right. I am your Solo Playthroughs concierge. I drew my first 5 cards. My opening hand is Rage, Firebolt, Promise, Threaten, and Swiftness. Firebolt is nice because I can smote that Ironclad in the range of siege attack phase. He will not know what hit him. Yeah. I guess I go this way, kill this Ironclad, and kind of work up. It seems like the cleanest path forward with the least movement cost. Then we have to take our tactics. I always take planning in this scenario. Look, great start's great because it gives you a great start. However, planning, I think it helps you make the most out of a round. And when you only have 2 rounds, that's super, super important. I'm rolling for Norwas. He rolls a 3. That silly elf is going to go first. And we just have to take it. There's nothing we can do. Cool. So we're gonna roll. Do I want it? I mean, I'm looking at this mage tower. If I get up here, it's so movement intensive, and then I gotta worry about this guy. There's just not enough turns in this game, so we're just gonna have to kill the Ironclad, go up that route, and hope for the best. So Norwas got a red, a green, and a red. No red crystals, so that is a nice start for us. My turn. I am going to move 2. And then I'm going to play I'm going to attack you, Ironclad, and I'm going to power it with a red from the source. I'm going to play Firebolt. I'm going to power it with a red from the source, and that is going to give me a range fire attack 3. And you know what? I'm not going to waste that move. I'm going to use it. Yeah, I'll use that move too. Whatever, it's fine. So that is dead. I get 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get +1 reputation. Ironclad. Bye bye. I'm going to roll. It is black, just what I needed. And then I'm going to now draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers gives me 6. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Norwas, what do you say? Red, blue, and blue. Truth is, if he told me what he was saying, I wouldn't understand it anyway because he speaks Elven, clearly. My turn. I am going to. So there's a couple other rules that I haven't gone through. Whenever you explore, you get a fame. When you explore and the tile has a ruined city, you get a fame. So there's a lot of like little fame you get here and there. When you go up a level, you get an additional fame like you do in the Blitz scenarios. So a lot of little things to kind of keep track of. All right, I'm going to play concentration. I'm going to play stamina with it. So I'm getting the stronger effect of stamina +2. So that is a move 6. So it is day. So 3 points of movement. I don't know why I'm having Tovak like. I'll have Tovak moonwalk. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess moonwalk is probably out of favor considering that guy, but. So I have move 5. I have 1 more point of movement. I'm going to play. Doesn't look like I'm recruiting anything, does it? Sure doesn't. All right, I'm going to play Threaten Sideways. That's move 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Putting this tile here. It is such an interesting tile. It's tough though because that's going to be definitely more turn intensive than is ideal. But I do get a fame because I explored. And do I want to keep moving? All right, let me see. So we're going to put an orc out. So we have a refugee camp in the hills. We have a maze. We have this orc will go here. It is another tracker. And then we do have a, we have our first monastery. I'm going to put this here. We're not going to really need the skills that much. So I'm going to put a die on there to track how many of those I should be putting out. So here's the reality. I'm either killing the tracker or I'm killing the tracker. So I think I should kill the tracker. All right, now that we decided that, if I go here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the wall, plus 4 to get into here because of the wall. So that's going to be 9 movement. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, plus 4 because of the wall. Walls everywhere. So that's 7 movement, and then 9. I probably should kill this tracker. I'm not burning down a monastery. There's not enough time. The only benefit, well, I could spend these 2 cards sideways, and that would get me here. But then I'm only drawing 4 cards. If I hold on to it, I'm going to have 1 extra card. So I don't know if it makes sense to really push it that much, because I'm really looking at 3 turns anyway. Yeah, that's some rough terrain to kind of get bottlenecked like that. When turns are at a premium. The other, well, yeah, I wish I had 1 more card, to be honest with you. All right, it is what it is. I am going to end my turn. I rolled that. It's a white now. I draw up to 5 and then planning trigger, so I get the 6. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Got some movement. Okay, Norwas goes. It is white. It is blue. It is green. Norwas has 1 green in his inventory, so that goes across. My turn. I'm going to, again, this is 2 less movement to get a tile out. I would be up there. That might make more sense. These cards are not great. All right, let me do that. So I'm going to play those 2 cards sideways to go into the maze. I'm going to engage with his tracker. Now, he is fortified because of the wall. If I block him, I only need 3 attack to defeat him in the attack phase. So I'm going to play Cold Toughness for Ice Block 3. Now, it's a physical attack. Ice Block is efficient against a physical attack. I can power that with the blue from the source, so it's actually Ice Block 5. So the tracker is blocked. Again, elusive is now longer nullified, so it is only 3 to kill him. I'm going to use my Utum Swordsman and defeat the tracker in the melee phase. So tracker down, I get 3 fame. 1, 2, 3. I crossed a level, so I get a 4th fame, and I get another reputation. Bam. I'm going to clean up my play area, and then I'm going to do something unusual for me. I'm going to remember to level up, and I'm going to take a skill. Bam. That is the competitive skill. Here's the cooperative skill. And that's it. So I either get Shield Mastery, so once a turn I get Block 3, Ice Block 2, or Fire Block 2, or I can use the cooperative skill, which is once around, choose a color other than gold and gain a mana token of that color. Put this shield in the center and mark with another token of the same color. The first player who uses mana of the color to power a card that gives move, influence, or any type of attack or block is +4 from that card, and then returns the skill to you face down. That's not awful. Gain a mana token of that color. Can actually set it up. That could give me a pretty big move. Yeah, I like that. Let me see if I don't think I've ever taken this skill before. So let me do something new. Turning new things, kids. So my turn is over because my action was, oh, I got to put Norwa's skill out. What is it? It is movement skill based on how many unused units you have. So 0 to 3. Great. Now I'm going to draw to my hand limit. It is 5. I did have my level up. I'm gonna take Crushing Bolt, and that will go here. And then I'm gonna draw up to 5, and then planning trigger, so I draw up to 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Norwas, what are you doing? Red, blue, and white. 2 more. 1 and 2. So what do I want to do? I'm going to... So again, when you do take a cooperative skill, I can use it 1 round, and I have to use it again the next round. So I'm just going to basically set myself up here, and that I'm going to +4 from that card. Yeah, I'm going to 1, 2, 3. It's 7 to get there. Man, I have to start. I have to explore. I face off if I can. This isn't great. Countryside. Question is, can I get 7? All right, so I'm going to power march with the gold from the source. That gives me move 4. I'm going to play Tranquility to draw a card. Oh, nice. That worked out really well. I'm going to, you know what? I should, if I'm playing, I haven't moved at all, so I could have just drawn the card first, which makes more sense. That's a really good turn. What I could do now is I'm going to use my cooperative skill, and I'm going to get a green, which I can use this turn. And then I can put the skill in the center with the green on it. And then I can use it next turn, and I'll get +4 to whatever card I add it to, which is great. So I'm going to keep that card in my hand. So the green I gained for this turn, I'm going to march 4. I'm going to play stamina. I'm going to power that with the gold from the source. That gives me march 8. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it's 5 points of movement, but then there's 2 walls, so it becomes 7 points of movement. And then I'm going to, I have 1 point of movement. I'm going to use this Rage Sideways to explore. Since I explored, I get a fame. This tile comes on. It is tile number 10. That is the center column, so to speak. I get a keep, which will be face down. And we have a ruins, which will be face up because it is day. This ruins is 1 of each color for 10 fame. I will not do anything else with what's in my hand. I will play crush. Ooh, that's siege attack 7, maybe. Oh, is that any type of attack? That's really sick. Wow. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna call my. I'm gonna say end of turn here. This goes away. I roll. That's blue. These all go away. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers, so I get the 6. 1, 2, and then planning. 6. All right, range attack. Yikes. All right, Norwas goes. Norwas is going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. I'm going to power march with this. And again, I have to use it on this turn. That flips, and I get +4, so I actually have move 8, which is awesome. So I'm in a monastery. I know I didn't burn it down. I'm showing restraint in my old age. Yeah, I probably would have been a mistake anyway. So I'm going to explore. Oh, did I want to? Yeah, I have no influence anyway, so it's not like I could have recruited the monks. So I'm going to explore with 2 of my 8 movement. So that comes on the board. Ooh, swamps. swamps everywhere. So we have a village. We have another ruins, which we face up because it's still day. We have another marauding orc. I get a fame because I explored. So the rampaging orc comes out. It's a catapult. I have 6 more points of movement. Again, it's still day. So I'm going to go, because again, the skill is on there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to play swiftness for 2 more points of movement. Planning can go away because this isn't triggering anymore. I'm going to put this out, so that gets another fame. There's a ruined city on there, so it's 2 fame actually. So 1, 2. Now, a couple of weird things. So we have another monastery, so I need to put another advanced action here. So it's Crystal Mastery. We're going to put, instead of the city, what happens? We get a dragon. The dragon is face down until we're adjacent. But notice there is a dragon icon on that tile. But because of the rules of the snare, since they're adding dragons in the cities, anytime there's a dragon on the core tile, it becomes an orc instead, which is totally normal. So this will be face up, and the orc is a digger. That's silly digger. Alright, the digger is fortified. Ranged ice attack. Block 3. Fine. I have no more movement that I want to spend because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a pretty crazy turn. I'm going to engage with said digger while I can. He's attacking me with a 3. I'm going to block him with rage and mana draw sideways. I'm going to play Snowstorm, power it with the blue from the source. That is ice attack 5. Now notice it was range ice attack 5. I couldn't use it in the melee, the range or siege attack phase because the diggers are fortified. But that is 2 fame, plus 1 because I jumped a level, plus 1 reputation. So I'm going to level up again. I'll just do that now before I forget. I have another command token, and my hand limit now goes to 6. I'm going to clean up my play area. Lots happening in this round. I guess, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you want to kind of build up to for like the third day, right? And that's fine. And then I'll put this in my hand. It is Instinct. Rock on. So Norowas is going to go. Norowas declares end of round. My turn. I'm going to power Instinct with the die from the source. That gets me here. This Draconum flips. What do we got? It is just your everyday, I think it's a high dragon. That's the dragon I made the Colorado joke on, I'm pretty sure. It's bad that I know the name. I know my jokes more than the names of these dragons sometimes. Yeah, that's a high dragon. And then I'm going to play Crushing Bolt just for the get a green crystal to my inventory. Because that seems like it makes sense. I could use that bonus point influence to play this sideways and put this out. But I'll probably have a movement card in my hand next turn, and I might as well. And it's only 2 points of movement. So again, unlike normal dragons, where normally when you're attacking a dragon, you have to you're adjacent to it. It's like this is not a rampaging dragon, so you actually get to move onto it to attack. And it's move 2, just like the city's move 2. The rampaging, the ruined city is also move 2. Cool. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy round. So my turn is over. Norowas has already declared end of round. We're going to add a green to Norowas's deck, and we're adding a white crystal to Norowas's inventory, which isn't great because it adds a lot of variance. And variance is not my friend very often. So, but that Blue City is a really nice tile, and our approach to it was great. You could see how you come from the wrong angle. In this scenario, it's like, yeah, bye-bye. So cards like Misform or a Song of Wind, the other song of something, could really help. All right, so in the unit offer, we now have Regeneration and Power of Crystals, and we're replenishing the advanced action offer with Mountain Lore. The spell offer, Whirlwind goes away. We already gave Norowas his little crystal. And we get Restoration. Rock on. We're going to replenish the unit offer. We already did the advanced actions there. We're going to get now it does say in the setup to take out all elite units that can only be recruited in cities. I find that a giant waste of time. If you get an elite unit that can only be recruited in the city, just set it aside. A lot easier. All right, so we get catapults, we get thugs, we get some heroes. Do you want to be a hero? And more thugs. Because one thugs is just never enough, kids. And now we're going to shuffle my deed deck. We're going to reset my swordsman. I'm actually going to shift these over so I can have a little bit more room here. And I'm going to have my skill back. Cool. 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 We are now going to move this. We're going to flip this and roll. Yeah. I get a black, I get a gold, I get a white, and a green. That is 50% basic, so that is totally legit. And I will draw up to my hand limit. My hand limit is 6. So we have March, we have Rage, we have Mana Draw, we have Swiftness, and we have Threaten, and finally Firebolt. So remember, this sucker is totally elemental attack won't work on it. So now it's like the opposite of my normal problem. However, I can very much kill it. Now it has brutal, so it's coming in with 6 points of damage. Brutal makes it 8. So what? I'm not worried about it. I will have enough. I can kill it on the first turn. I can rest, and I'll also be able to see, is the other dragon going to be here, or are we going to put it here? We know it's going to be one of those two spots. So I'm going to explore here, and it's there, or I know I'll just go up there and explore there. Let me remove the initial tiles from the table, and that shall be fine. So we know I'm standing on the middle tier, which is great. Cool. Little more room to see what's happening. I think, therefore I think I'm gonna take the sparing power just to make sure I have what I need to kill the dude, but it does mean Norwas goes first, and please do not pull 3 whites in a row because I would be very sad. Norwas, Crystal, not even rolling for Norwas, they're definitely first. Crystallize, does blue, and white because you just knew it was going to be white. 3 more coming off. 1, 2, and 3. So Norwas has 11 cards left. Just like, yes. Sparing power. Done. Okay, what are we going to do? I don't know. I'm going to spend... well, that could be crafty. What do I need? Yes, I'm going to spend play March. I'm going to power it with the green from the source. Now I did my sparing power. I'm going to use the first 2 points of movement from March to put out a terrain tile. And is it the city? It is not, but I explored, so I get 1 fame for that. And now it's good to know that we're going up here, and hopefully we don't get unlucky with tile placement. So we're going to have a keep tile go face down because it is night and we are not adjacent anyway. We have a deep mine with all the colors of the rainbow, and then 2 marauding orcs. We get some skirmishers, and we get some ironclads. Remember when I killed that ironclad to start this game? Great. So we know that the last tile is going to go here, and we'll just hope that it's not positioned awkwardly because that could be very bad. Great, so I have 2 more points of movement left. I'm going to go. I'm attacking said dragon. It is not a fortified site, so I do not lose any reputation. I'll take this off the board. We don't need that anymore. So he's attacking me. So range or siege attack phase. Fine, he's attacking me. 6 points of damage. He's brutal, so 12 points of damage. My armor is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so I take 4 wounds. Oh well. And then in the melee phase, I'm going to play Swiftness, power with the white from the source. And then I'm going to power up the Ultimate Swordsman. I'm going to wound it to get the attack 6. So that is attack 9. And now this dragon is totaled. I do not get any reputation because, again, it was not a rampaging enemy. But I get 9 fame. That gets me from 26 up to 35. I jumped up a level. I get another thing there. Cool. I'm going to clean up my play area. I rolled that. It is white still. There. I used 1 card. Now I'm going to do my level up. What am I going to get? Skills. I can play a card sideways for ×2. I can play a spell or an advanced action sideways for ×3. I think that's only... Nope. I think I'm conflating two skills here. So yeah, I don't give a damn. That's interesting. Or I can take this, which it's -1 armor for an enemy per resistance. I think I'm going to take I don't give a damn instead. And now I take a spell or an advanced action. Oh, this card goes here too. My advanced action, I'm going to take Mountain Lore just to get the movement in case we have to do some running around here. So that is the end of my turn. I put a shield on the city ruins. And now Norwas goes. Red, green, 1 off the top. So that's 10 cards. Norwas has 7 left in his deck. I am resting. I'm discarding Threaten and these 4 wounds. I'm drawing up to 6. Mountain Lore is on top. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now I have to figure out. That should be fine. Oh, wait. Ah! Mountain Lore would actually go sparing power because I was resting. So that's where that goes for sure. And now I draw this. It's stamina. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that was my second turn. I spared power. And even when you sparing power still triggers even when you're resting, right? Which makes sense if you think about it. Norwas, red, blue, and white, 3 more. So Norwas went through 16 cards in 3 turns. So I have 2 more turns, which should be enough, to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to, what do I want to do? I have Snowstorm, don't I? So I know my spell is Snowstorm. Not sure I'm going to need it, but if I do need it, I have a way of getting it. So I'm going to place Stamina for move 4. I'm going to power with the blue. Oh, that's really intense. All right, I'm going to actually use this. And if it's Snowstorm, then I'm going to get... Oh, I have to... Sparing power. Don't forget that again. So I'm going to put this in the middle. And I have to use it next turn or I lose it. Meanwhile, I gain a blue mana for this turn, and then I get another one for next turn. Again, I have to use it next turn or I use it. I have move 4. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm putting this tile out. Nice. Okay. So we have a 2 Draconum, but because they're printed Draconum, and because of the scenario, those become Rampaging Orcs. So we get ourselves a Skirmishers, and we get ourselves some Catapult. Now this, again, is the edge of the universe, which is strange. I know it looks weird. I have a big triangle on the board. The Ruins, so I should have leveled up. So I get +1 fan because I explored, and plus another fan because I found a ruined city. This dragon, oh, it is, wow. It is immune to ice. So if I had done a red crystal, I could have actually killed it with this. But that's fine. I should have plenty of ways of taking care of it anyway. But I do need to deal with that guy now. So the catapult is, I have no more points of movement, which is fine. I'll be able to use this next turn because I did 1, 2, and I explored. So now I'm just going to try to take care of that catapult because I have to. The catapult's attacking me with a 7. I can reduce that attack. I don't want to take wounds. Shoot, it's only going to be 5 moves to get in. I know I have Mountain Lore and sparing power. And I really wish I had just 1 more turn would be nice, but yeah, we're it's crazy. Of course we pull 2 whites. I'm gonna play Stamina. No. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the attack down to a 5. And then I can reduce it down to a 3. Just take 1 wound. Do I really need mana draw right now? Probably not. Yeah, I'm going to play mana draw sideways, reduce the attack down to a 2 again, because if I spend points of movement, it cumbersome, right? So the catapult has I can't use the firebolt, unfortunately, because it's fortified. It also has physical resistance. It has cumbersome, so I can spend points of movement to reduce the attack from what it is down to a different number. So I'm going to, and then this, I don't give a damn, allows me to, this would normally be, hey, a card play sideways is move 1, but now I'm using this as now move 2. So I spent 4 points of movement, which, yeah, I don't think I should be worried about 1 wound here. And I think Firebolt's too strong. Because the one thing I could do is I don't give a damn with that and get 3, and I could power Stamina with this blue. Yeah, I might as well power Stamina with the blue. Anyway, let me think about this again. because I have that blue coming to me, right? So if I need it next turn, I'll have it. So if I play Power Stamina with the blue for my inventory, that is now cumbersome, means that that's only going to attack me with a 3. That means I can save mana draw, which is fine. Great, that's even better. Saving mana draw because it could come in handy. So I'm attacking the catapults. It is the range or siege attack phase. I'm not going to be able to destroy it. In the block phase, I'm spending 4 points of movement to reduce the attack because of cumbersome. It is now only attacking me with a 3. That 3 is 1 wound. And then in the melee phase, I'm playing Rage. I'm going to power it with the red crystal in my inventory because I can, you probably use mana draw to give me 2 more reds next turn. And then, because I can power mana draw with the white there, so a lot of cool things coming together. That is a physical attack of a 4. Now, the catapults are physically resistant, but even though that attack is inefficient, it isn't enough to defeat the catapults. It is enough to defeat the catapults, so I get a reputation, and I get 4 fame. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Done. All right, I am going to now clean up my play area. Did I not use it? I didn't use any. Yeah, the source isn't great for this turn, which is fine. I'm going to draw up to 6. I have 4 cards in my hand, including the wound. So I have Swiftness and a Cold Toughness. Norwas's turn. Yeah, the Paralyze is bad. Ugh. Cold Toughness, range, fire, attack. Yeah, it's a bad dragon, man. Remember what I was like saying in the beginning of the game? I should probably take the fireball because if I run into that's everything that's paralyzed. I pretty much assumed I'd have more than 1 unit. And of course, I'm in a place that can't recruit anyone in the monastery. All right, Norwas's turn. Ooh, that's interesting. Question is, can I get a 5 movement? Oh, man, because I'm so far away. Norwas goes. He's going to declare end of round next turn. I have so many cards in my deck. It's only, again, the desert's only 3 at night. So if I can get, I know Mountain Lore's in there. Oh, I know Mountain Lore's in there. The question is that going to be enough? It's going to be close. All right, Sparing Power is going away. I really hope Concentration's in here along with Mountain Lore. Crushing Bolt, Mountain Lore, and Promise. It's going to be tight. So anyway, I'm just going to play Mountain Lore, which gives me move 3. And then I have Swiftness, which gives me move 5. I'm going in here. I'm attacking this Ice Dragon. Isn't it Ice Dragon? Winter Dragon. The Winter with coming. What is this dude? He is a Ice Dragon. Yeah, I was right the first time. Cool. So he's attacking me with an Ice Attack 6. So I need Physical Block 12 or Ice Block 12 or Fire Block 6. Clearly I don't have Fire Block, but this is going to be nuts. So Cold Toughness is one of the most confusing cards in this game, and I'm pretty sure this is right. If somebody tells me I'm wrong, I would not be shocked. So definitely check the comments on this and see if someone pipes in. All right, and I mean that. I appreciate when people do this stuff. So obviously I didn't get my ability to heal. Well, it doesn't matter. The swordsman, guardsman. So the swordsman only have. I think I always call these guys the guardsmen. The guardsmen are the other dudes. So the swordsmen only have 4 armor anyway. So the paralyzed is obviously bad. If I get paralyzed, I'm done. Now Cold Toughness. The higher effect of Cold Toughness is Ice Block 5. Get +1 Ice Block for each ability or color of attack depicted on the enemy token you block, unless it has Arcane Immunity. I don't understand why that doesn't work against an enemy with Arcane Immunity, because it seems not. It seems different than how this card should work based on how I understand this game, but it is what it is. Or for each mana spent by an opponent during an attack. Obviously, I'm not playing as an opponent. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use this blue. I have to use this turn anyway. Bam. that flips. That gives me the block plus 5. Now this, the Ice Dragon is ice immune, right? But so normally if I had a non-attack or a block effect, he would be immune from that. This is a block effect, right? Which is why I don't understand the arcane immunity thing here. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This is a block effect, so it does count. I have Ice Block 5 plus this skill gives me Ice Block 9 plus 1 for each color of attack and each ability. This enemy has a ice attack, so it's blue, so that's 1 color of attack. It has paralyzed and has 2 different resistances. That's 4 abilities. So this is a total Ice Block 13, which is enough to completely block the Ice Dragon, which is bananas, right? And that should work. So now what do I need? I need 14 physical I need 14 physical resistance, or 14 physical attack, because again, it's armor 7. Physical attack is inefficient because the Ice Dragon has physical immunity, or physical resistance, I should say. Or I need 14 ice attack, or I need 7 fire attack, or some combination thereof. So what am I doing? I'm going to play mana draw. I'm going to power with a white from the source. I'm going to turn this into a red. I get 2 red mana. I'm going to then power. I'm going to power my Firebolt for ranged fire attack 3. Now it's the melee phase, right? Already did the block. But so it's fire attack 3. So now I need physical attack 8 or ice attack 8. I'm powering rage. So that's going to give me physical attack 4. I'm powering crushing bolt with the green crystal I have. That gives me physical attack 7. And I'm using promise. I can use it sideways with this, which gives me physical attack 9. So the physical attack 9 plus it kind of converts to 4.5 attack against this guy because it's not efficient. Plus the fire attack 3 is enough to kill this dragon. I have found the second relic, and I am bringing it back to the people in the council and or people, I guess they're not people, whatever they're. And they are so happy, and Tovak's name shall reign in glory among all the land of Atlantis. Because that is what it is. It is written, it is spoken, it is done, and we have won. And Tezla is cool. Yeah, it is what it is. That was one of the more fun playthroughs. Again, either I won this scenario or I got crushed normally, or one of easily got crushed. So this was actually, that was a little tight. If that didn't work out, that was a terrible, terrible, terrible dragon for me to run into. I would have gotten Snowstorm. If I knew I couldn't beat it, obviously I would have stayed here. I'd have had one more turn. And then the question would have been how I would have, what cards I would have dropped, what cards I would have kept. That would have been a really mathy problem. I mean, one unit's usually not great in this scenario. You're gonna want to get more than that. I just wasn't able to see a way to make that work. This is where, like, I didn't get a skill like motivation or something that was gonna allow me to draw. And it's not like Mountain Lore would have given me the ability to draw more cards, because again, there are no hills over here. So I was kind of, you know, stuck in a place. That was my one opportunity, and the math worked out exactly right for me to kill that dragon and save the day and get the relics that were split up from forever ago. And hopefully the council won't do something as stupid next time with their relics. Cool, that is it. Look, we are going to leave Tezla. We might come back to Life and Death, I think, in the future. That is probably my favorite of these scenarios, although Realm of the Dead, despite the the 3 attempts it took, or the many attempts it took me to get 2 videos on this channel, we may come back to that again. But I think Life or Death, super cool. I think that really encapsulates what Tezla really is all about. I think it's the best of the challenges, and you get to see all the new enemies and like make use of the content that this expansion really brings. So that's cool. So we'll come back to that at some point, but in the interim, we'll be doing, again, more Solar Conquest Bliss, Solo Conquest Blitzes. That is hard to say. Say that 10 times fast or don't. And then we will also be doing, I'm going to start going through the scenarios in the base game. Mind's Liberation has been requested by a patron, so we will get that on the channel as soon as I can in the next couple of months. Not as soon as I can, but I will get it on the channel in the next couple of months as according to the schedule. I'm looking forward to that, and then we'll probably go through the rest of the scenarios in the base game as well, and we'll see where it takes us after that. But this game's still cool. That was actually a really fun, satisfying playthrough. Nice little challenge. I mean, the first dragon obviously was a bit of a wuss, but you get a high dragon and a swamp dragon. This scenario is like nothing. So it was nice to really be tested with that ice dragon. That 6 ice attack with paralyze is something gnarly. If someone who has studied the ins and outs of cold toughness more than me wants to explain to me why it doesn't work against an enemy with arcane immunity, because I just don't see the distinction. Like it just seems like a random exception that was put in here for no reason. That's fine, but I'm almost positive that that's correct, that the math I did there is correct as far as how it's supposed to work in the situation we used it. That again, it still gets the +1s that I added, and it ultimately was a block of a 13, which is pretty nuts. This cooperative skill that I used, again, I've never used that before, and that's kind of seeing that work out. Definitely might be undervaluing the power of that and how that could work out even in a true solo game. Just to like, you get the mana and then you get it again the next turn. It's just being able to stack a situation where you're going to need the same color mana two turns in a row. It's not going to be every game where that's going to be possible, but it happens often enough. I think especially those red cards, and when you're doing back-to-back, turns of combat or something like that. Like that's a pretty cool skill, and pretty cool to be able to kind of make that work for this playthrough. That first round, a lot there. Any questions, comments, epiphanies, put it in the chat below. Happy to further explain any rules I didn't totally explain well. Which can definitely happen from time to time. But I will see you in the chat. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for all your support of this channel. You can go on my Patreon page, see the schedule as it comes up, and I look forward to having you back again soon. But until next time, happy gaming.